There are places in this world where forgotten objects lie in wait, cursed by the hands that once cherished them. One such item is the Cursed Locket of Elise Thorne. Sarah, a young woman in her late 20s, sits on the couch, examining the locket she found in the antique shop. She looks at an old photograph of a woman inside the locket. Sarah to herself, such a beautiful locket. But why does it feel so heavy? She closes the locket and hangs it around her neck. The lights flicker briefly. Sarah lies in bed, the locket on the nightstand. The room is dark, with only the moonlight casting shadows. The locket starts to glow faintly. Sarah tosses and turns, haunted by vivid nightmares of a woman in distress, running through a dark forest, clutching the same locket. Elise Thorne was betrayed by the one she loved. Her anguish and rage bound to this locket, cursing all who possess it. Sarah, exhausted, pours herself a cup of coffee. She notices dark circles under her eyes in the reflection of the kitchen window. Sarah's friend, Lucas, "You look terrible, Sarah, everything okay?" Lucas enters the kitchen, concern on his face. "Sarah, just a bad night. This locket ... I don't know. I had these horrible dreams." Lucas picks up the locket, examining it closely. "Lucas, it's probably just your imagination. It's just an old piece of jewelry ... As he sets the locket down, we see a shadowy figure in the background, barely visible. Sarah is back in bed. The room is silent. The locket on the nightstand starts to glow again, brighter this time. Sarah is jolted awake by a loud whisper. Whispering voice, "Help me." Sarah sits up, heart racing. The room feels colder. She reaches for the locket, which is now ice cold to the touch. Sarah and Lucas are at a library, surrounded by old books and documents. "Lucas, look at this ... Elise Thorne. She disappeared in 1892. They say she cursed her locket with her dying breath. Sarah, we need to find out what happened to her. Maybe we can break the curse." Sarah and Lucas walk through an overgrown cemetery, guided by a flashlight. They find Elise Thorne's grave, marked by an old weathered tombstone. Sarah places the locket on the grave. The ground starts to tremble. Whispering voice, "Thank you." The locket glows one last time before disintegrating into dust. The air feels lighter, and the oppressive atmosphere lifts. There are tales that whisper through the leaves, stories of an entity that stalks the unwary. They call him the Slender Man. Jessica, a teenager, walks home from a friend's house. She glances around nervously, clutching her phone. The streetlights flicker. Jessica receives a text message from her friend. Text message on phone screen, "Did you hear about the missing kids? They say the Slender Man got them." Jessica rolls her eyes and types a quick response. "Jessica, yeah right, just an urban legend." As she puts her phone away, she hears a rustling sound behind her. She quickens her pace. Jessica reaches her house, glancing back at the dark street. She feels a chill and quickly goes inside, locking the door behind her. Jessica is in her room working on her laptop. She searches for Slender Man and finds countless stories and images. A chill runs down her spine as she reads. The Slender Man is often described as a tall, faceless figure in a black suit with long, tentacle-like appendages. He preys on children and those who seek him out. Jessica's eyes widen as she reads about the sightings and disappearances linked to the Slender Man. Jessica's younger brother, Tommy, is playing with his toys on the living room floor. He glances out the window and sees a tall, shadowy figure standing at the edge of the yard. "Tommy, Jesse, there's someone outside?" Jessica rushes to the window but sees nothing. The yard is empty. "Jessica, Tommy, it's just your imagination. Go to bed." Jessica is in bed, struggling to fall asleep. The room is dark, with only the faint glow of her laptop illuminating the space. Suddenly, her laptop screen flickers and turns off. She hears a faint whispering coming from outside her window. She gets up and hesitantly looks out. The forest behind her house seems to move as shadows dance among the trees. Jessica checks on Tommy, who is fast asleep. She gently closes the door and turns to leave when she hears a tapping sound coming from the window. She freezes, then slowly turns to look. Through the window she sees the tall, faceless figure of the Slender Man, his long arms reaching out towards the house. She gasps and steps back, horrified. Jessica runs down the hallway, grabbing her phone. She tries to call her parents, but the line is dead. The lights flicker, and the whispering grows louder. Jessica, panicked, this can't be real. Jessica finds herself drawn towards the forest, almost in a trance. She steps outside, the cold air biting at her skin. The Slender Man stands at the edge of the trees, motionless. Jessica feels an overwhelming urge to follow him. She takes a hesitant step forward, then another. Jessica's parents return home at dawn, finding the front door ajar. They call out for Jessica and Tommy but receive no response. They find Tommy asleep in his bed unharmed. Jessica's room, however, is empty. The window is wide open, the curtains billowing in the morning breeze. Some say the Slender Man takes those who seek him out. Others believe he marks his victims long before they even know he's there. The camera pans through the forest, stopping at a tree where Jessica's necklace hangs, a chilling reminder of her presence. The wind rustles the leaves, and faint whispering can be heard. Beware the Slender Man, for once you see him, it's already too late.